Hello there. In this video, I want to build off of what we talked about in the last video, where we talked about using criteria to write a linear equation given certain criteria. But I also want to visit a previous video idea where we talked about the slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines. So let's recall that since this problem says we're parallel, recall that parallel lines have equal slopes. Parallel lines have equal slopes. Okay, so we want to find the equation through the point 1, -2, parallel to the line 3x minus 2y equals 1. So in my previous video, I talked about how you'll always either be given a slope and a point, or you'll be given 2 points. Now in this case, we're given an equation and a point. But we're not given slope technically. We are given slope that we have to find. So we can use this equation to find it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use standard form and convert it to slope-intercept form to find what the slope is. Okay. Now we do that by starting by subtract by 3x. That means I want to isolate the y. So subtract 3x from both sides. These will cancel, and these two are not like terms, so I can't combine them. So I end with -2y equals 1 minus 3x. Then my final step, I will divide everything by -2 to isolate the y, give it a coefficient of 1. This will cancel. I get y equals, I got a negative divided by a negative here, so that'll make that 3/2 x. And then I got a 1 divided by a -2, that's a minus 1/2. Now the y-intercept is not important. All we want is the slope. The slope, parallel lines have equal slope, so we can rephrase this question to say find the equation through the line or through the point 1, -2 with a slope of 3/2. So let's go ahead. I'm going to use my vertex form again. So y equals m times x minus x1 plus y1. And we're going to go ahead and plug in all our relevant information. Y equals, my slope is 3/2. So 3/2 times x minus, my y value is 1, or sorry, my x value is 1. And then my y value is -2. We'll go ahead and add these together. It looks like we're going to need to add some fractions together again. So y equals 3/2 x minus 3/2 plus 2. And then I simplify these. So a -3/2 plus 2. And remember, we want to make this a common denominator. So 2 over 1, well, we want a common denominator of 2. And that'll give us 4 over 2. So I got -3 plus 4. That gives me my final answer, 3/2 x plus 1/2. Okay, great. Let's look at when the lines are perpendicular. So once again, find the equation through the point 2, -3 and perpendicular to the line 4x plus y equals 3. So let's recall that perpendicular lines, actually, I'll use the mathematical notation. Perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocals for slopes. Okay. So once again, we've got to find out what this slope is. So again, 4x plus y equals 3. Let's go ahead and convert it. Now notice the y is by itself with no coefficient other than 1. So I'm just going to go ahead and subtract 4x, and then I'll be done. Subtract 4x, so I get y equals -4x. Oop. Sorry, getting a little ahead of myself. -4x plus 3. Now, that means the slope, okay, so find the equation through the point 2, -3 and perpendicular to the line with a slope of -4. Let's go ahead and note that the slope is equal to -4 over 1. So when we take the opposite, that means the end result has to be positive, and the flip of it is 1 over 4. So once again, I will use my vertex form. Okay, so y equals my slope of 1/4 times x minus my x value is 2 plus my y value is negative 3. And now let's simplify. We get y equals 1/4 x minus 2 times 1/4 would be 2/4. Simplify that, you get 1/2 plus 3. And then let's go ahead and simplify this. We get negative 1/2 plus 6/2, finding a common denominator. We get negative 1 plus 6. That's 5/2. So 1/4 x plus 5/2, and we are done. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any future ideas for videos, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you for the next video. Thanks for watching.